What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 34 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify. And, of course, to follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. Tonight, I hit my 1,000th follower on Twitter with a post that got a lot of love. We'll talk about that as we talk about the games. But tonight's lineup, we got the Lakers against the Nuggets, the Western Conference Finals rematch. We had the Warriors against the Mavericks. And then I will talk about the Wizards and the Heat in the end. I apologize, Dime Dropper fam. I haven't been able to get to as many games as I would have liked in the past. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of games. Every single day it seems like I'm live. And there's just only so many games I can really get through trying to watch the whole thing. And plus, I'm not as motivated as the beginning of the season because I'm just watching the same high pick and roll every single game. And it does get a little old, It's not, as I said, it's not exactly the style of basketball I prefer. So it can only take so much, but I will try to get that Suns review and Hawks by the next recap. But let's start with the Lakers, who played against the Nuggets tonight. And in the beginning of the game, this was at Staples Center. In the beginning of the game, Nikola Jokic was guarded by Marc Gasol, and he was kind of getting what he wanted. And LeBron was getting Nikola Jokic on screens, and he was getting what he wanted. And he was taking him to the rim, getting easy buckets, no problem. But as the game went on, you saw a very quiet AD, a very good Dennis Schroeder, though, going to the basket, getting into the mid-range area, hitting threes. But in the second quarter, LeBron was poor. He turned the ball over a couple times. He missed 2 threes where he just completely dribbled out the whole clock. AD wasn't even looking to get the ball. In my opinion, the only person in the second quarter that was really playing well for the Lakers was Kuzma. I thought he was making some great plays defensively, good rotations, hands active, forcing turnovers, getting blocks and hitting some shots as well. But I thought the Nuggets were really good in that quarter, especially Monte Morris. He was scoring on LeBron a couple times. He wasn't afraid at all. Of course, LeBron, not the best laterally. And just, his specialty is chase down and catching people from behind and just kind of quarterbacking and communicating on the defense, knowing where the play is going. And that's what the Lakers do really well. And we saw that as the game progressed, the communication on the defensive end. But Jamal Murray was starting to look more like the Jamal Murray I remember from the glorified Summer League, starting to put people in pick and roll, dribble handoffs with Joker, Will Barton doing the same. I thought Michael Porter Jr. came off and gave a nice lift in the second quarter. But in the third quarter, especially towards the end, the game completely flipped. And, the Nuggets were doing a really good job defending the Lakers in the first, I want to say 30 minutes of basketball. They were doing that thing we talked about a lot of episodes ago where the Nuggets hard hedge and make you throw the cross-court pass. And I don't know why more teams don't do that, but yeah, I don't know exactly why. I think they're afraid of potential 4-on-3s if people move the ball quick. But I think that teams do a good job of, when they do that hard hedge, have a guy rotate over to the next pass to force the long pass. But whatever, as the game went on, the Lakers really tightened the screws on defense. That started with the lineup of Montrader, funny enough, Anthony Davis, Kuzma, LeBron, and THT. A really big lineup, and they were doing a really good job defensively. I thought Schroeder and THT put on a lot of ball pressure, and the Lakers just started packing the paint, making sure the Nuggets got nothing inside, and they just missed the threes. They could not hit in the second half. They were getting a lot of open looks, but the Lakers are forcing turnovers in the end of the third quarter, and LeBron did a really good job of not only starting to make threes, but find AD on the outlets. When AD could contest perimeter players, he goes to the basket, and LeBron does a really good job of throwing over-the-top passes. And usually when AD is down there, there are guards guarding him under the restricted area. And LeBron does a good job of throwing it deep and finding him underneath the basket for easy layups. He's been doing that since last season. And I thought that LeBron did a good job eventually and had a very solid game in the end. But I thought the bench, the other guys, did a really good job tonight. I think that's what won the game for the Lakers in that third quarter with the defense. The Lakers did a really good job of communicating. That's the thing about this Laker team. They know each other. It's their second year together. It's not like the Nets who are learning each other. And they know who to switch on. They know their coverages on pick and roll against various guys. I thought Caruso was a little quieter today. But THT, 17 points off the bench, taking it to the basket. A lot of those were in the second half. 8 of 12 from the field for him. Dennis Schroeder was really solid again tonight. 7 of 9, 21 points. KCP was solid again as well, hitting his open shots, getting out and running, getting easy baskets. He had 10 points. AD, they were double teaming him. They were trying to do everything in their power to make sure somebody else beat them. But overall, I thought that Anthony Davis was making the right basketball play in the second half. I do think he needs to be a little more aggressive, looking for a shot. There were a couple of times he passed up good looks. But overall, he made the right basketball play. And if the Lakers are winning, it's not that big of a deal. 13 points for AD, 9 rebounds, plus 21. LeBron, 27 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. Triple-double for him, 12 and 19 from the field. I didn't even know. Once again, I don't notice triple-doubles anymore because they're so casually earned. But LeBron had a great game. I'd say LeBron is the player of the game for me, with Dennis Schroeder being a close second, but THT not bad as well. The Nuggets completely capitulated in the second half, completely collapsed. Paul Millsap ended up being 3 of 13. Nikola Jokic, 6 of 16, only had 13 points. And that's what you got to give the Lakers credit, especially guys like Anthony Davis. They were doing a good job double teaming in the second half with Jokic. And I just think he kind of lost his assertiveness to a large extent. But the Lakers did a really good job. You got to give them the credit. They really turned it turned it up. And yeah, they got a hard-earned victory. Right now, to me, I still stand by my pick. As well as the Clippers have been playing, the Lakers are still the best team in the league until proven otherwise, and until beaten in a 7-game series. They've got 2 top 5 players in the league. Despite how AD is playing, I think he's cruising. When push comes to shove, he will be, his effort will be up. And LeBron is still LeBron, and they have a lot of depth in terms of scoring. I think Kuzma is quickly becoming extremely underappreciated for all the little things he's done on the court. Taking charges, blocking shots, getting over screens with a purpose. And I think that is, I think that's the deal with the Lakers. It was a good win. They move on to 17-6, beat a very solid Nuggets team. The Nuggets 12-9. Can't be like that in the second quarter. Completely lost the game at the end of the third. It was a 37-17 Laker fourth quarter. In the second half, the Lakers outscored the Nuggets 68-35. That is quite embarrassing if you're the Denver Nuggets. Let's move on to the Warriors and the Mavericks. Oh my goodness, this game was an absolute pain to watch. It was a 3-point Chuckfest, even though the Warriors are playing pretty good defense, but the first half, the Mavs are making everything, whether it was Porzingis, whether it was Tim Hardaway Jr., whether it was Brunson. But in the second half, the Warriors continued to stay the course. They didn't play with any big men tonight. They went with a lot of zone. And by the way, we're seeing so much more zone lately, guys, and it's mind-boggling how many teams cannot figure out 2-3 zones. Professional basketball players not being able to handle 2-3 zones. It's for the same reasons we talked about. Is the NBA getting better and better? Go watch that. Not moving the ball quick enough. No high post man. No guy running baseline. But you know what was funny? The Nuggets tried to go zone for a second with the Lakers, and LeBron was in the high post, and Montrader was running baseline. That is how you beat a zone. See, the Lakers have common sense. You put LeBron in the high post. That's why they're a freaking championship team. You know what I'm saying? All these teams are so stupid. They want to keep chucking threes. And the reason why I hit my 1,000th follower on Twitter tonight is because Charles Barkley spoke for the people, spoke for the Dime Dropper fam. You guys are watching stupid basketball, watching these guys chuck threes with no stopping. Porzingis has nobody in 7 foot on the court, and he can't score. The Mavericks chucked themselves out of the game like the chuckers that they are, and the Warriors did their thing. It was a great night, and we got to give a shout out to Kelly Oubre. He was fantastic. Fantastic. And he was hitting everything. He's been in a really hot streak lately, Kelly Oubre, and this is amazing for his confidence. Curry was great. Draymond was running the court like holding court like a jester, man, running the show like he always does. And the Warriors switch heavy schemes were messing with the Nuggets a bit. The Mavericks, and the Mavericks were just pathetic on defense. They didn't even deserve to take the court tonight. That was shameful. Charles Barkley said it perfectly. You guys are watching stupid basketball where all it comes down to is who makes more threes every night. That is literally what basketball has become. It's sickening. It was boring. I stopped paying attention after halfway through the third quarter because it was mind-boggling. The Mavericks can honestly go suck a dick. They are trash. I don't know what happened to Rick Carlisle Like, why? He went from a genius coach, and now he's letting his team run willy-nilly, chucking threes. Garbage strategy. That's not basketball. Luka should be removed from every MVP discussion. I do not care what his numbers are. Trash. Anyway, great win for the Dubs, though. Let's read the lines. Let's read the lines right here. Draymond Green, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Wait for it. 15 assists and 1 turnover. Draymond of Saginaw, Michigan. 15 assists and 1 turnover. Holy shit. Andrew Wiggins, 18 points, 7 of 18. He was solid. Juan Toscano Anderson. We need to give him a shout out. What great defense he was playing. Or good defense he was playing. Knocking down his open threes, doing the right things, getting out and running. 14, 8, and 5 for JTA. 2 blocks as well. 6 of 8 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3. Maybe his best game as a pro. Warriors fans, you let me know. Steph Curry, 28 points, 9 of 17, 4 of 10 from 3. Perfect from the foul line at 6 of 6. Just another night at the office for one of the greatest to ever do it at the point guard position. Kelly Oubre Jr., 40 points. Wow. 40 points, 8 rebounds, 14 of 21 from the field, and 7 of 10 from 3. My goodness. What a night for Kelly Oubre. What a run he's on these last couple of games. And he didn't do it at the Chase Center. This was at American Airlines Center. For him to do that, you got to love it if you're a Dubs fan. Anyway, let's finish off with the final game. And it's perfect. My boy Moises Kanyeka just came in right when we're about to talk about the Heat. Perfect. So, Miami against Washington. So I've been wondering, I watched the Wizards are a dime dropper team as we've been watching this season, but Russell Westbrook didn't play. So usually I don't watch those games. However, I watched the Heat game just because I wanted to see how the Heat lost. And for the first 26 minutes or so of the game, it was Miami Heat basketball, like the way we saw it last year in the bubble. Like, just a balanced attack, Bam Adebayo hitting mid-ranges, Bam Adebayo curling off screens, Goran Dragic doing his thing, Jimmy Butler was playing well, Tyler Hero looked good, but then, all of a sudden, the Wizards gave the Heat a taste of their own medicine. And Ron Rothstein, I think he was a former Heat assistant coach, said it best. We got done with a taste of ourselves. The Wizards went into a zone, but I couldn't even detect what it was. It was a matchup zone, obviously, but I couldn't detect whether it was a 2-3, whether it was a 1-2-2, or what it was. But clearly, the Heat didn't understand what it was either, because they didn't even take a second to calm down and survey the floor. It was just a quick pick and roll, and Goran Dragic, for whatever reason, I don't know what, he needs to not do this anymore. He was getting in the middle of the lane and just willingly passing up floaters that I have seen him make his whole career. His whole career, Goran Dragic was making floaters in the lane, and he just passing them up for people to take threes. And by the way, Kelly Olynyk's shot selection was ridiculous, dude. Jimmy Butler needs to stop being so unselfish. If there comes a point now where the Heat are 7 games below 500, Jimmy needs to start going into survival mode at this point. He needs to start shooting 15 to 20 shots every night. That 20-point stuff can't happen anymore. He needs to go to 20 to 25 like he was in Chicago, because I think that Jay Crowder was such a huge loss because on the defensive side of things, he was so big because he could switch on in multiple positions, and there was no rebounding for Miami. No rebounding. There needs to be a collective effort. If they're going to have Bam as their only big guy, they need to have a collective effort rebounding the ball. They went zone, and they didn't know what was going on. But you also have to give the Wizards credit, because Robin Lopez was great, like better than he's played all season. He was like hitting hook shots on Bam, like straight up. He even hit open threes. Garrison Matthews was looking like JJ Redick in his prime out there, hitting threes off screens. And then Troy Brown Jr., who's been abysmal this season, played and made shots. So at the same time, Heat fans, let's not panic. The Wizards played great, but the Heat need to be able to be ready for what comes their way. When it comes to something as simple as a team going zone against them, they need to know how to break the taste of their own medicine. Calm down, move the basketball, stop running pick and roll constantly, but stop passing up open 8-footers. Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler missed an open layup at the end of the game. He kind of choked. And here's the thing, guys. Jimmy Butler is like my favorite player in the NBA. Like outside of any Clipper player, and Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, Jimmy Butler is my favorite player in the NBA. So, like, I will stand him, like, hard. But he needs to be more aggressive, man. This team is looking like they're on the verge of potentially, like, being in a – I don't want them being in – it's so long ago, but you don't want the Heat being in a playoff fight. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. Hold on a second. So that's it for the night. I think that the Lakers didn't yeah, this guy's done. Okay. But yeah, that's it for tonight. That's it for the night, guys. Thank you so much for joining. That's it for the Heat. I think they'll be fine, though, ultimately. But they just got to take it one game at a time. And I saw that Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo were pissed at the end. So they need to have that energy every single game because this is a world-class organization, and they cannot have a championship hangover. I know it's been a short turnaround, but hey, cry me a river. The Lakers are getting the job done. The Heat need to do better. That's it for tonight, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for God knows what game. I'll hopefully try to watch the Suns game for you guys and the Hawks the last two games. We'll see if I can catch up on those. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think. We're ending a bit early tonight, like 7 minutes early. Now we go to the live chat with the YouTube subscribers. Super chat's turned on if you want to drop $1 or a dime. Peace out, guys. Tomorrow I have a special episode coming for my football fans out there. It's talking about, I talked to one of my really good friends. He's a diehard Detroit Lions fan. He's from Michigan. He's as big a Lions fan as I am a Clipper fan. Like, seriously. And I do not even mean that lightly. I don't say those type of things very often. But this guy, he is a passionate Lions fan. He talked about Stafford. He talked about Goff. Talked about working for the Charlotte Hornets and working for the Redskins. And I think it's a good episode. You guys should check it out. We talked about fandom. And he even talked about those Pistons of the 2000s. But let me know. That'll be dropping tomorrow morning. We'll still go live tomorrow night. Peace. All right, let's stress James. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you, but you're done. Yeah, he's done. There you go. I hit him. Fucking idiot. Fanboy. What's up, guys? Roberto, why are you fiending, man? This is the problem with you guys. Yes, I did, Wilson Santos. Please like the stream to show some love to Dime. Thank you. Great passers, correct. Oh, Clippers, man. Come on. Oh, my God. It's the Celtics-Clipper game. No wonder. That's going to be big. What's up, Anuj Liar? What do you think about Paul George and Lakers issue? What? Relax. Finally, Draymond decided to do things that show up on the box score. I know he does a ton for the Warriors, that things you can't see on a stat sheet, but he needs to be more of a scoring threat. Yes, that's what we've been preaching, Johnny. I agree. Abhishek Sharma, I see your messages. Why do you keep repeating yourself? Yeah, sad about Christian Wood. React to Flight's bad NBA takes. I don't want to lower my Dime Dropper fams basketball IQ. What's up, Jay Love? He should be averaging 10, 7, and 5. I agree with those numbers, Johnny. Told you it's frustrating to watch the Heat this year. I feel you, Moises, but I think we just got to be a little patient, man. You guys are gonna like do something if shit doesn't go right. Braun GOAT passer. Roberto, how can you be a Laker fan and say that, bro? You being serious, man? Come on, man. Let's remove bias. Has LeBron been the best closer this year? If not, who? I think it's between LeBron and Kyrie Irving. They've been the best closers this year. Who are some of your favorite NBA YouTubers? I don't really. Well, does it mean people that make like original content or people that post stuff like about old games and stuff? Because I don't really follow too many YouTube content creators like that. But I think that Clayton Crowley series on making the case for the GOATs was unbelievable. I think everybody needs to watch those videos because you need to hear how every single one of those players can be argued as the greatest ever because I think all their arguments are really good. And then the other one I think is Legend of Winning's video on the one I recommended is the NBA getting better and better about the defense and why defense it's only gotten easier to score in today's NBA. That is the single greatest video on YouTube. Single greatest video. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it immediately when this video ends. It's the best video ever. It deserves 10 million views. Like, it debunks all the stupid casual takes that have come from Gen Z bots. Thank you, Cash and Clay. I heard he got turned his ankle. Would you have wanted Jimmy over Paul George? Oh my God, without a shadow of a doubt. Jimmy Butler is an alpha male. I'm a savage, man. Thanks, Mr. Zeke. Do you think Kuzma is perfect off the bench on a championship team, or can he be a starter and be successful? I think he can be a starter and be successful. I just don't know if that's his role with this particular Laker team, but for sure, if he went to other teams, he could average like 18 points with some good defense. Because the Lakers they make him a spot-up shooter slasher for the most part. They don't really actually let Kuzma work. I missed yesterday's live, bro. What's your thought on Braun passing Wilt? I mean, he is the third on the all-time scoring list, and he's been playing way longer than Wilt, so I'd expect it to happen. Even though the pace of the game was higher with Wilt played, it was inevitable, right? Climbing up those lists, right? Yeah, Jared Dudley's a weirdo. He's one of the worst Clippers. Clippers said Trez can't guard Joker. So you wait, timeout. There was like 3 plays tonight where Trez got a stop on Joker. Like, you guys are going to run with that narrative. You're acting like the Clippers never kicked the Nuggets' ass in the regular season. Like, stop being casual, guys. We kicked the Nuggets' ass in the regular season last year. You guys know that Montrader has been exposed on the defensive end already this season in many games. Like, let's calm down a bit. Let's calm down, okay? No, I don't watch any of that guy. I don't dumb people down, Cash and Clay. Top 5 players right now with the most heart. Jimmy Butler. Damian Lillard. I don't know, man. A lot of players are just not that hungry. Chris Paul. I can't think of any others, to be honest. Like, none. Where would be if Ibaka didn't sign with us? Zubats at center. I mean, Zubats was great last year at center. I just think that Ibaka was a great pickup too. Imagine Iman Shumpert and Norvell Pell playing tomorrow. Okay, we'll see how that goes, T-Money. Braun and Matt, you guys are really pushing it with Braun as a passer, putting him on the same planet as Magic, guys. Relax, dude. Like, you're acting like you didn't throw some really weak pass. Like, come on. No. He's a great passer for this era. But you guys, once again, I'm going to say this again. I said it in the NBA getting better, but the standard of passing is significantly decreased over the last 20 years or so, since the AAU era. Bad. LeBron's an exception, though, for sure. But Magic, come on. There's a lot of great passers. Stockton, Chris Paul, Larry Bird. Go back even further. Kuzi's an incredible passer with both hands. Let's chill with those. Roberto, so you're a LeBron sexual, I guess. LeBron is the greatest Laker of all time. Only a LeBron sexual would say that. Damn, I thought you were a real Laker fan, Roberto. What's your favorite NBA non-Clipper moment? I think the Ray Allen 3 was incredible. I think Lakers beating the Celtics in Game 7 was amazing. I think Magic's Game 6 against Philadelphia was insane. But yeah, I'd say those. Jimmy shouldn't need to score 30 a night for us to win. Bam needs to learn to be more aggressive on offense, but I also believe we need more two-way players. I feel you, ZZ. Crowder was such a big loss. I've seen Rusty Buckets. I like some of his videos. Some of it, I don't know. He seems to love I can't get behind anybody that's so beyond, likes this like 3-point shooting, like advanced analytics era. Like I don't resonate. Like, once you start spitting those stuff, like mathematical equation, like my basketball brain tunes out. Like, I'm trying to talk basketball. Like, I'm not trying to talk numbers, like ridiculous stats. Like, if they're backed up by basketball points that you can tell me, like, this is happening on the basketball court, these numbers reflect it, then I'll listen. But when you start with that without talking about real basketball, why he's doing that, why he has those numbers, what's the point you're trying to make? If you can't explain it to me in basketball terms, then you can't talk basketball with me, because I actually I played basketball, coached basketball, not at the highest level, but to the point where we talk about basketball here. I don't throw that many numbers at you guys because I watch the games and we like to talk about what happens in the games. So I did see he put a lot of work into that GOAT series, though, with the exception of I didn't necessarily love how he calculated it, but he did make the point that it was a subjective matter, so I appreciated that. Do you think Lakers rim protection going to get better on the playoffs? I don't know. I think they may have to maybe pick up someone else, but I don't know. Legend of winning is amazing. Let's see. Is the 11 wait, my bad, guys. Ooh, Jesus. Why is it shouldn't be tarnished, Andrew, and the Raptors ring is fair. Who was you? I don't have a wait, what was the vid called? Oh, the vid is called The Truth You've Been Lied to Again. The truth about 90s defense and why it is easier to score in today's NBA. That's what it's called. I'm not rooting for anybody in the Super Bowl hit in the head. Johnny Arnett. I've seen that channel. I may need to watch some of his stuff. I know he talks about history. I should probably watch some of his stuff. I've seen that. Duncan and Tyler are starting guards, but they're bad on defense. They get attacked pretty much every game. I feel you, ZZ Visions. How did you guys hide that last year? Was that because Crowder was there? Who would you have on your team, Dame or CP3? Right now, Dame, all-time Chris Paul. Kuz has been getting some boards. No, I'm going to take my L. I was wrong on Luka winning MVP. Like, he's just been a complete bot. I was wrong. I'll take my L. Jimmy Butler's a beast. I hate the Lakers, but to be honest, they could be on another level if they hit their free throws. Yeah. Yeah, regular season Jimmy Butler is like a top 30 player, but playoff Jimmy Butler is like a top 10. That's facts. I'll take that. And the playoffs is all I care about, so. Kuz does not play good with AD. If Bam Adebayo had the aggressiveness of Dion Waiters, the Heat would have won more than 7 games. Oh. In the Legend of Winning video, you mentioned the truth about. Yeah, that's it. That's the video, Showtime, yeah. Thoughts about All-Star voting time? Got no thoughts on it. Who's the most underrated player or team right now? The most underrated team right now? I'd say the Charlotte Hornets, maybe. And they're sneaking up on some teams. The Grizzlies, I mean, they're still, and the Spurs, I'd say they're doing pretty well. Underrated player, Christian Wood, Caruso, Nick Batum. Yeah. I think that we can give a little more love to DeAndre Hunter this season. I think Jordan Clarkson's not really getting talked about enough of how well he's been off the bench. Sexton, yeah, Sexton's a good shout out too. I think that's okay. I think that's being harsh, Richard. Braun definitely has heart. He has heart. I just think that sometimes he gives in way too easily and just like throws in the towel at certain moments. But Braun has heart. If he didn't have heart, he wouldn't have been going so strong this long. And yeah. Roberto, you gotta really chill, bro. What's wrong with you? Yeah, thank you, Rag to Bitches. Braun is not on Magic's level in terms of passing. He's on Bird's level. I haven't watched enough Bird, but I'd say that's a fair statement. I need to watch Bird, though. I need to see, because a lot of people that watch Bird say he's a better passer than LeBron, but I haven't seen Bird. So here's the funny part. All the kids that haven't watched Bird say, like, are you crazy? Like, with no basis to what they're saying. Like, they just think because Bird's white, he's not that good because he's not compared to Jordan. But all the people that actually watch Bird say, like, he's, like, debatably the greatest passing forward of all time. So, yeah, I don't know. But LeBron is, as far as non-point guards go, he's in the top tier. I think Charlotte has a chance, but not a very good one. William Nayu was trying to say Stephen Curry was better than it's Magic or Kobe. Magic or Kobe. William Nayu was trying to tell me that Curry was better than Magic today, and he got roasted on Twitter. Like, people were coming at him. It was so funny. So give a little clap. Give me some hands emojis for everybody saying, what's it called? For getting roasted. I think Kawhi can close for us, but I'm getting a little bit nervous. I don't know why, because he hasn't done it much since like the beginning of last season, but I think Kawhi can close for us. No, he can't if he brings them. No. Unless you win 5 championships, you can't be the greatest Laker of all time. And LeBron's not going to be the greatest Laker of all time because he's worn 3 different uniforms before this. Or no, 2 different uniforms. You never know. Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant are going to sit on top for eternity. Unless somebody comes around and wins 6. Yeah, you can say that, Johnny. I wouldn't agree with it, but you can say that. You can make the argument. Do you think the D-Rose Bulls could have beat the Heat if he didn't get injured in the first? No, I don't. Now in 2012, LeBron. That was when LeBron took the turning point and became a winner, a real winner, like a championship player. That was when he became a championship player, 2012. Got over his mental barriers. So no, I don't think Rose could have beaten him. I would, Roberto, throw in Jerry West, man. Jerry West is one of the most passionate, diehard, bleeds Laker purple and gold there ever. I don't care what that comment says. The resume speaks for itself with Jerry. He bled that shit. Like, he bled it. I get touched by hearing how sad he is about that he didn't win more rings for the Lakers. It really hurts my, like, as a competitor, it really resonates with me. I don't know, man. Magic's a lot better than Bryant passing to me. He literally just clowns people, like literally clowns people. His assist average is so unbelievably high, and he did it in an era where the assists were much less generously given, and there weren't shooters all around the court. So, who better at their peak, Pau or Mark? I'd say Pau by a bit, but Mark was incredible. He's a better defender, tougher player. Pau's a better rebounder, better scorer. Kawhi is having a better season than PG now. Hey, everybody. I like how Tyson... what's his name is in the stream. AD said in his post-game presser night that he's more of a two-way player and will rely on his offense. Okay. Excluding Clipper players, who's your favorite and least favorite player to watch? My least favorite player to watch is James Harden. I can't stand it. My favorite player to watch is Chris. Okay, I guess Chris Paul's. That's a cheating answer, but are you talking about? Does it have to be in this NBA? Most entertaining player you've ever seen. Magic Johnson, not even close. I will say this, though. Cleveland LeBron, even though he wasn't as good, was super entertaining because he was 100 miles per hour all the time, and you could see like a spectacular dunk like every game guaranteed. So as a little kid, that was dope. But Magic for me, I love watching Larry Bird. I love watching the Doctor, though. He is like breathtaking to watch. Of course, Bradley Beal's an all-star, Jonah. Welcome, by the way. Facts, Showtime, Nick. A lot of people, including me, took Doncic. Yeah. Sabonis. Oh, my God. Thank you, Jonah. He's the most underrated. Yeah, 100%. And Brogdon. Both of them. Fantastic players. Beal and Brown, all-star starters. Great pick, Sammy. Awesome. I like that. Kawhi and Magic are my 2 favorite players of all time. I feel Kawhi Leonard, favorite player of all time for a Nets fan? Really? I think Kevin Durant's really entertaining, too. And Russell Westbrook, when he was in his prime, was so fun. I thought he was great. Dime. I also love Darren Williams in his prime. That's an underrated one. Jordan's pretty sick too, though. Not gonna lie. Dime. I also like Charles Barkley. He's a beast. Dime. I thought AD was my winning MVP this year also, so I'll take my L. Who you take right now? Devin Booker. Devin Booker. No question. Trae Young? Nah. Do you carry the same belief as other YouTubers that Stockton is overrated? Define, though. What do you mean by that? Like, overrated by who? I think by 90s heads, a little bit. By Gen Z bots, extremely underrated and disrespected. Let me tell you this. I am one of the biggest Chris Paul fans, like, out there. I'm not a stan, though. I'm a huge fan because he played for my team. But if you want to say he's better than Stockton, no way. In what way is he better? Doesn't have better stats. He's not more durable. He hasn't done more winning-wise. Like, it's mainly the durability thing for me with Chris Paul. That's really derailed him in a lot of ways. Hello, I'm a Denver fan. Hey, welcome, bro. But I'm a LeBron fan, but respect the Lakers. Yeah, Utah's underrated. I think Donovan Mitchell doesn't get enough credit either. Yes, I did see LeBron. LeBron does that once a game. He cries and doesn't get back on defense, and the team scores. Thankfully, his team won. He also airballed a free throw. So for all you guys that say LeBron GOAT, what fucking GOAT airballs free throws, man? That's garbage to me. Like, bro, you're a professional basketball player. Top 10 greatest player of all time. Can't be airballing free throws, bro. I've never airballed a free throw in my entire life in a game. Ever. Ever. I always drew iron. Anyway. Kareem West, Magic, Kobe, and Mikan. Okay. Oh, Gab Story. A knowledgeable guy is here. Hawks commentators? Oh, Clark Stin. Why couldn't Kareem win before Magic on the Lakers, even with a really good team? I don't know. I can't answer that question. I think he was unmotivated. He was contemplating retiring to go do civil rights, but I just don't know if that team was a championship team. I don't know if Jamal Wilkes was the second best player on a championship team. I'm not sure. I got to watch more. Yeah, John Lentz. The NBA's soft now, man. It's ass. The 80s Celtics underachieve? Really? How? The Lakers they play at Showtime, man. You're playing 2 top 5 players of all time. You're asking Larry Bird to beat that. I know Kareem was old. He's still Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He aged gracefully. And then they had a young stud in Worthy, like right when Jamal Wilkes was going down. Like, dude, they were stacked. Bird is a much better. Larry Bird is a cheat code. You agree with Reggie Miller about his MJ LeBron comparison? He'd rather play with if you're okay, it depends what player you are. If you're Reggie Miller, I would 100% rather play with LeBron because he would get shots, open threes all day long. If you're Clyde Drexler, no, that wasn't a good comparison. He's the same position as Jordan. But if you're like anybody that like can create his own shot, I would much rather play with Jordan. Because if you were playing if you're playing with Jordan in the triangle, you're getting the ball more than what you're getting with Bron. Larry Bird got hurt though. Look at the hands for that. One of my coaches told me he grew up idolizing Bird. He's really unathletic. I don't think he's really unathletic though. Like when I watch him play, he doesn't seem that unathletic. I think that he's just not crazy athletic or exactly very like. He's below average slightly, but like, because he's a white guy, but like, I don't know. For a white guy, he's not that unathletic to me. The embodiment of white men can't jump, but his IQ and footwork more than made up for it. Also his shooting. I think Magic is the best Laker of all time. I feel it. Kobe's a close second. I feel you. LeBron is goated in 2012. My neighbor thinks Curry is better than Magic. Any words for him? Learn more about the history of basketball. Watch some games. Thank you so much, Pulse LED. LeBron, maybe in the top 10 of all Lakers of all time. Maybe. We'll stretch that. You're stretching that one. I would say Bird was the most skilled player. I like that take. I like that take. To me, this was the Lakers' most impressive win of the season. I feel you. I may have to agree with that, Rohan. Why was Jerry the NBA logo, though? Because he's one of the best players in the NBA at the time? Why not? Braun, best is better. Wingspan is way better. Nowadays, casual. Yeah, but the space is there more. First of all, don't come at me with disrespect. Who are you, Troy Dan? You're done. Anyway, I think Magic is best Lakers of all time. You can argue Kobe. You definitely can. All right, Troy Dan. You're done. Bless your heart and God bless you, Jared Dudley. Harden is more skilled than Kawhi. Completely disagree with that. I think if you're talking about fanciness, sure. Not effectiveness, not post-game, not the different ways that they score. Better shooter and ball handler, I'll give you that. But Kawhi, the way he scores is more variety. James Harden can't do turnarounds over both shoulders, can he? Most overrated player? Rudy Gobert. Luka Doncic is becoming that. Giannis, but people are starting to chill on Giannis. Oh, Gobert doesn't count. Damn, I don't know. Christian Wood is the most improved player, Maniac Lane. Bill Russell did stop Jerry West from being in completely different conversations. Jalen improved a lot last year, though, Maniac Lane. They just weren't talking about it. I said this. I wrote an article on this, actually. He went from 13 to 20. Now he just increased his confidence. Oh, Zion. Yeah, Zion. Kawhi. I think Jimmy Butler's the funniest player in the NBA. Who's the top 3 teams, bro? I'd say Lakers, Clippers, and if I'm going to go current form, I'm going to say Philly on current form. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. Super dominant pick and roll users weren't getting no one else involved. They had no energy on defense. Okay. Moises said Barkley had a post game in mid range. Most people got to go with Wood. Broke up with my girlfriend to make it to the live. No way, Big Ben. Come on. I don't think the Clippers will come back to reality from the arc because it's not, we're getting good shots. Like all of our shots we're taking are good shots. So like, no, there's no coming back to earth. We are on earth. That's just how good our team is. Straight up. Lakers Nuggets or Lakers versus Nuggets. I don't. Johnny, look at your question again. Lakers versus Nuggets or Lakers versus Nuggets. Better win for the Lakers. I don't know what that means. It's the mic I have. There's 2. I have 2 mics. One's the guest mic. One's regular. My Maono, and then the other one I fucking forget. Matisse Thybulle and Zoe. What about it? He's not a sophomore. What's wrong with the Mavs? The ball's in Luka's hands too much. He puts people in boxes and they don't compete at all on defense. They take terrible shots. They have no idea when to quit shooting threes. Porzingis is super overrated. He doesn't take advantage of his size. How about that? Elgin Baylor. Bro, George Mikan, like a lot of respect for him, but he played in that was all white dudes. You want to talk about all white dudes, the 50s, and no shot clock? It's just hard to compare. Elgin Baylor played with grown, like real men, like real athletes. So I got to go with Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor never won a championship, and he was a freaking monster. And everybody's like, there are people from the 60s that say he's the greatest ever to play. And I can never dispute that because I never watched Elgin Baylor like that. And they might have seen shit differently. I can't dispute it. No, it's not like PG in the side of the backboard. He's done. It does. No, I mean, he misses air balls frequently throughout the course of his career, Rohan. And first of all, Paul George is not in the GOAT discussion either. 2008 Celtics overrated? I think that people make too much of the ring, but I don't think the team is overrated. LeBron is so likable. I don't really agree. I think he was likable when he was in Cleveland when his career first started. I don't think he is anymore. Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny, about the old Celtics. Yeah, no, Mike can definitely dominate his era more. There's no question about that. I just don't think that. No, I'm just saying this. My GOAT not going to airball free throws. That's what I'm saying. I just think that that's ridiculous. That's fucking clown shit, personally. Thank you, Shantanu. Why isn't Bill Russell the logo? I don't know. I have no problem with it being Jerry West. Braun never has the same free throw routine. Yeah. What's up, Dime? What's up, LaFlame? I feel you on that aggressiveness, Mr. Zeke. Yeah, Larry is the blackest white guy. Larry, underrated athlete and defender, 3-time defense, second team, had great hand coordination. That's true. That is true, Johnny. Good job. Facts, but I don't think Shaq is the GOAT because that's one of my biggest problems with him, though, Shantanu, that he can't make free throws. That's why I'm taking Kareem every single day of the week. Every single day of the week. I don't know if Drummond's the Nets is necessary. Kyrie is fun when he's in God handle mode. That's true. Thank you, Gabrielo Nemus. Name one iconic video Dime made excluding the 3-1 lead. What's up, Manny? Good job. I don't know who Troy Dan is. Why? I thought Fred VanVleet is great. I actually really like Fred VanVleet. He's one of my favorites. Charles Barkley was a monster in rebounding. Oh, my God. Are you watching tape or something, Red Viper? He was. I don't know. I don't know why Bill Russell isn't the logo. Jerry West some love. Jerry West some love. Jerry West deserves it, man. He's great. He gets too much slack for his finals record. Paul George, I think, is falling out of the MVP discussion slowly. I think Kawhi is overtaking him personally, but I think he's been great. No, Tyler Hero is not on the level of Larry Bird as a black and white. I mean, actually, the way he talks, yeah, but the way Larry Bird acts was like really savage. When do the Lakers and Clippers play each other? I don't know, and I don't care. We're playing the Celtics tomorrow. That's all that matters. Oh, better win for the Lakers was definitely Nuggets. Not Pelicans. AD didn't play, so I don't think that. I want to see them with the whole team. Thank you so much, Humayun Ejaz. I appreciate if you're watching every day. Baylor had to compete with Russell and Hondo. That's why he never won. Good knowledge. Elite scorer, elite player, elite all-around player. People say that he was like an amazing passer. Like, there's not as much footage of Elgin Baylor in his prime. Like, I can't really gauge it. I've seen the highlights, and he's a great finisher, contorts himself. Dr. J before Dr. J. But, yeah. I love my guy Gab's story. He always brings some knowledge about history. Big bum. That's what you said last year about the Clippers and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, man. I don't know about all that. Is Drummond a good defender? Because I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I took Lestrest out. I booted him. I hit him from the chat. I'm going to hide Lestrest from the channel because he's ridiculous. I said, who do you think comes out of the East? I think Philly because Brooklyn doesn't look ready yet. There's no way Glenn Rivers gets that team out of the East. And if I'm wrong, you can show me I'm wrong. But I'm still going to stick with my pick. Until they don't make the playoffs, I'm still sticking with the Heat. Until I see them not make the playoffs. I'm just going to stick with it, man. I'm just going to stick with it. Although the Nets are looking increasingly better by the day because I don't know if a big man is going to exploit their lack of size and lack of interior presence in the East. Favorite movies? Jesus. The Lion King was my favorite as a kid. I'd say that's an all-timer. Coach Carter for basketball. That's a legendary. White Man Can't Jump. I heard that recommended. That's a classic. I'm more into classic movies. Like not classic, but like pre-2010. There's not that many movies past 2010 that I really like. I completely agree with the all defensive teams. I don't think LeBron for MVP, guys. I think Laker fans that are saying that aren't watching other teams play. He's not having a better season than Embiid or Kawhi. Like, by no means. Oh, wait, Johnny. That was one of the only two games one of the only two Laker games I didn't watch, Pelicans. So, I didn't watch that one, so I can't tell you. I don't remember when Giannis crowned himself in front of LeBron. Oh, last year when did he do that? Last year against the Bucks? It's called narratives. Walt Frazier is very underrated as a player. Is there any way I can make like a star comment or something? Pin message. All right. Brother, I disagree with you about threes chucking up being boring. Ain't none sweeter to me than swish, brother. Swish, the sash. It's not. I don't know, man. I don't. It's just repetitive, bro. Open threes. It's not basketball to me. The basketball deserves variety. That's fine, though. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you like the three-point heavy, that's cool. I just don't. I like balanced basketball. We still talk about it, but I don't like it. I in fact, despise it. But whatever. It is what it is. AD getting more All-Star votes because he's a Laker. He's popular. No, Golden State wasn't. No. See, that's when people get it twisted. Golden State knew when to take the right shots. They didn't just take threes. Stephen Curry takes floaters. Stephen Curry takes mid-ranges. Kevin Durant takes mid-ranges. They take good shots. And not only that, they have the greatest shooters of this generation. They move the ball and move without the ball. And then they play defense on, you know what I'm saying? That's a real identity. They play real basketball. They move the ball. It's not just high pick and roll every time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? The Warriors are an exception. I hate when people do that and act like everybody, the Warriors are everyone. The Warriors are not everyone. They're a complete exception. Anyway, yeah, Luka train is slowing down hard. If Kawhi, PG, Batum, and Ibaka play to the highest level in the playoffs, I don't know who's stopping us besides the Lakers. It's really going to come down to us in the second round. What's up, Nuggets fan? We're a good team, but it takes something to be elite. When the Lakers clamped up in a third, we could do nothing. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Is Jokic the best player on a championship team? Do you think he could eventually get to that? You let me know as a Nuggets fan. Hey, you guys have taken steps up every year, but I'm afraid you guys stayed a bit stagnant this summer. It's really, honestly, guys, it's going to come down to Jamal Murray. What happened? Is he the bubble imposter? Like, seriously, is he a bubble imposter? Nuggets fan, AJ, you tell me, is Jamal Murray, was that a bubble, like, imposter move, or is he really that good? Because my team was the butt of that, and I can't stand the fact that that happened. I guess Showtime Nick. Here's the thing, though, man. I don't know, man. I don't like the disrespect. Personally. Are you still on board with Kawhi being 1, not 1A to 1? Yeah, I'm still on board with that. I still want Kawhi as the 1. Man, LeBron a better defender than Kobe? I completely disagree. Completely. Did you watch Shaq three-peat Kobe when he was actually moving his feet? Bron's not that great of a defender. I don't know why you guys think he is. He makes some good rotations sometimes. I'm like, I don't know, man. Damn, remember Doc is in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, but I think the East is better this year. He got game is classic. I feel that, Lion King. Man, you're right about Embiid. He may not stay healthy. LeBron is not having a better season than Kawhi, Michael. You've been here. You're a Laker fan. You're being biased, bro. I said it last year that AD and LeBron had a better season than my players. This season, that's not been the case. I've watched all the games. No, you don't have to delete that, Mike. That Seth. Unless they come at me with disrespect, don't delete it. It's okay. Thank you, Splash and Skills. I appreciate the fuck the Celtics. What's up, Mark Blue? Three-point heavy is a young man's game. Oh, really? Well, then Giannis is asleep for that. Yep, Frazier. Earl Monroe is so good. Earl Monroe's like spin into a jumper. I don't know anyone in the NBA today that does it like that. Spin like right into the jumper in stride, spinning both ways too. He's a beast. Yes, LeBron is in the top 5 MVP. I'll give him that. Jokic and him are like, I'd say LeBron after tonight, I'll put him over Jokic. LeBron is 4th, in my opinion. I think that, actually, no. Maybe we could put LeBron 3rd, honestly. Unless you guys have somebody better than Embiid and Kawhi. I think LeBron can be 3rd now. Ooh, but KD is playing so well. Can't sleep on Durant. It's between Durant and LeBron for that 3rd spot. If you got it, it all depends. Bolo, here's my thing. I don't hate that there's a lot of threes. I hate when it's OD, excessive, not adjusting, bad strategy. When it's not falling, change it up. I had to watch my team chuck themselves out of the playoffs last year, bro. I literally want to I want to break everything in sight. That shit's not fun. Anyway, sorry I get passionate. Like, ugh. I don't care for Rodney McGruder. I thought it was pretty funny, honestly. Dime, I know you don't like the Mavs style and you like a good defensive game, but do you ever have fun watching highly offensive Fury games? Yes, but when there's defense being played. There was literally open threes off of made baskets today, Johnny. That's not basketball. Bro, Montrez had 3 good possessions on Jokic. You guys are acting like he's Ben Wallace now. You guys need to chill. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Frazier's a monster. I think it's because the Lakers have Anthony Davis. And I think that whatever Vogel does against Joker, it works. I don't know if it's throwing 2 at him, but a lot of it's, AD gets on him and they just kind of seem to pack the paint and force them to shoot threes, I guess. I've already answered that question about the All-Star game. Which NBA players get the most ass? I have no idea, bro. All of them? I think that the Super Team Warriors can definitely be looked back on one of the best. Jamal Murray needs to take his game to the next level, and he's been lagging. No, Jamal always liked this in the regular season. But here's the thing. No, he come different in the 2019 playoffs, but he wasn't averaging 25 plus though, Johnny. Like, that's what I mean. That was next level. Golden State Warriors were great balance. Made it look like all they shot were threes, but snuck in lots of variety. That's fact, Mr. Zeke. Miami Braun was a good defender. Very good. But that was 4 years out of 18. Other than that, he's been good at best. But some years not good, especially his second tenure in Cleveland and his first year in LA. But he's been solid, like good. He's playing good the last 2 years. Good. But just good. Nothing crazy. He's pretty lazy. And he never guards anybody significant until some possessions in one game out every 10 games, maybe. I agree with what you said, Thomas Paletti. Yeah, I disagree with that, Johnny, completely. LeBron is not a good laterally, and I think that's the basic principle of defense. You have to be able to stay in front of a man. He never could do that at a very high level. You're going to bring up one time against Derrick Rose in 2011. Yeah, I disagree. But it's okay. You can have your opinion because of versatility. That's fine. I think the East 2-8. I think 2-8 is better than the West. No, 3-8 is better than the West. And then top to bottom, I still think the West is better. I do have mods now. Wow, 1976 finals, huh, Gab Story? If you could add or remove any rule, what would it be? Go back to calling real fouls. Honestly, bring back hand checking and no defensive 3-second violation so teams can really zone up. That's what I would do. Here's my thing about Jamal. I think the bubble is what Murray can be at his hottest. He's a tough shot maker and maker. The frustration is that he's all the tools to an elite and efficient scorer. But why isn't he then? I don't know. In the 90s, I thought it was really even. I have to watch more. I've watched every Clipper and Laker game. In my personal opinion, I still say LeBron. I don't know, but it's not about if he's better than Kawhi. I still think he's had a better season. Are you watching the defensive side of things, though, Michael? Are you not seeing Kawhi guard the best players on most nights for a lot of possessions? I don't know, man. I really don't know. What's a worse matchup for the Clippers? You're just naming Eastern Conference teams. Like, I don't even think about the East. We have to make the finals for that. Bill Simmons, yeah, I do follow. He's a knowledgeable basketball fan. You have to give LeBron credit for playing every game, though. I give him, but for the last 2 years, I give him credit for playing every game. In Cleveland, he wasn't doing that in the second tenure. I give him credit for that now in these last couple of years. But, like, if you're asking me to give him credit when there was players for decades and decades that didn't miss games and didn't rest, and quite frankly, didn't rest when they played, I don't know, man. I don't think praising LeBron for doing something that you're paid to do is a big deal. But I will say when other players are resting and he's playing, I'll give him credit for that. Yes. I feel you, T-Money needs to shoot more mid-range and a little less threes. Do you think Clippers should get another piece? I said it again. I'm going to say it a million times. George Hill, a backup point guard to take away Lou Williams. Dime, what should be the Clippers' game plan for the Celtics? Attack the basket. They don't really have great rim protection. Attack the basket. Stick Kawhi and PG on their wings and get them frustrated. They don't have depth. So, yeah, I'd say just attack the basket. And put Kemba in pick and roll. Make him defend. That's what I'd say. I really hate when the Lakers win. I recommend Thinking Basketball, man. His Peak series is still ongoing. It's very, very good. Okay. I've seen his video. I've seen glimpses. Although I sometimes I don't click on those videos because they're of eras that I haven't gone to yet, and I kind of just want to see myself. But yeah, Johnny, I think he did a good job of that tonight. I don't think it will be constant. I think he did it one time. Yes, it's completely turning into gold gym basketball rack to bitches. Completely. D-Rose, I guess. Yeah, and the end of the first inning in Cleveland, he was pretty solid, Nick. He was pretty solid. Do you think Mavs miss Steven Silas? I guess, maybe. Another underrated and one of my favorites that I never watched, Sidney Moncrief. Nice one. I don't know about Jamal Murray. With Jokic as his playmaker, I expected him to be much more efficient and aggressive. He was attacking in the bubble, and this season he's been passing him open shots. Man, that's not good. He has to just. No, I don't. I don't look at advanced stats at all. I don't like them at all. I think that they're too more of math equations than actual basketball. Once I see how they're calculated, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like, nah, you lost me. I never liked uh, math in high school. AC Green, baby. I agree with the Utah thing. I've been saying that. Oh, there we go. I honestly started watching the NBA during the current era, so I never think his style of ball is bad or whatever because it's the only style I know. Here's the thing, Muhammad, what you just did is amazing because you admitted it. You said that's all I know, and that's fine. I think that's a problem with a lot of kids, though, is that's all they know, but they act like they know more, and that's the problem. Here's the thing: I started enjoying it, and then I went back and watched, and I was like, man, I miss what like non-one-dimensional basketball looked like. An actual defense look like, an actual players trying every night look like. Hey, bro, you're ever going to start doing Rams content / streams? Probably, eventually. Yo, tomorrow, that video will be out. Will Carella, tune in tomorrow. I'm going to post a really good video for you. Will you be shocked if the Lakers get the first seed, have the MVP, the depoy, and get knocked out first round? I mean, I think everybody would be. Yeah, I agree. Lou should be traded. What happened to Beverly? Knee soreness. I feel you. I think extremely overrated is a little harsh, Andrew. I think he was overrated and got a lot of defensive team done reputation at the end. But I think that I don't use defensive teams as a I don't care what the media is. As I said, I don't give a fuck about their media awards. I'm just talking about the game. But even then, he was better defender than LeBron. He actually like moved his feet, took the challenge of guarding better players more often than not, looked engaged on defense. How often does LeBron even get low into a stance? He stands around and waits to help. Like, yeah, fags, rags to bitches. Schroeder for sure over Lou Williams. Who's your favorite to win it all? I'm going to stick with the Lakers, man. That's what I said in the beginning. Bob Cousy's great. One, attack the basketball. Two, put pressure on the wings. Three, put Kemba in the pick and roll or watch. No, put Kemba in the pick and roll on defense. Hand checking, underline 3-second violation. I think if you want, no, because then people can stay in the paint a little longer. Yeah, no, Showtime. It's just because it's the players change so much in college, but no, college players try way harder. It's very evident when you go to games too. Yeah, I think as of now, Joel Embiid. All right, guys, we're over an hour. That's a lot. 69 people in the stream. Like that shit up. Thanks for joining me. Tomorrow, Clippers, Celtics. My Celtics fans are listening to this. Fuck the Celtics. We coming at you. Let's go, Clips. 18-6 on the way. Let's get it. What do I personally hate about guarding a lefty? You know what's funny? I don't actually guard that many lefties. Most iconic decade. I think that's can be argued in a lot of ways. Not the 2000s. Either the 80s, 90s, or the 2010s. I'd say the 80s. Maybe the 90s, though. If you had to bet on the 2001, 1987, 1987 because they have Magic. All right, guys. Peace. Relax, Seth. Relax. You don't understand what on-ball pressure looks like.